The evening crept over the city with a suffocating, dusty cloud. My footsteps echoed in my ears with a heavy, rhythmic beat. Inside, everything was literally boiling with rage. Inside my head, the squeaky, self-satisfied voice of my boss was still ringing. "You're not trying hard enough. You need to burn with your work." Go to hell. Burn? More the ashes. I'm so sick of all this. Every day it's the same thing. Same face, the same stupid reports. This endless, gray fucking Groundhog Day. I sharply turned the corner, trying to cut through the old alley, and suddenly stopped. In the depths of a brick dead end, between the blank walls of two high-rises, a sign glowed dimly. A strange, crooked shop. I had walked this road hundreds of times. Where did it come from? Have I really become so blind from the fatigue that I just never noticed this shabby facade before? The door jingled pitifully with a bell. Inside, it smelled of dry herbs, old paper, and stale dust. Open junk was piled on the shelves, broken pocket watches, tarnished candlesticks, eyeless porcelain dolls. I was about to leave, feeling the foolishness of my idea, when my gaze caught a far shelf. There, among a pile of yellowed magazines, lay a plastic box. The most ordinary, cracked-on-the-corner disc case. On the faded cover was a single word, written in a glitchy font. Matrix. As in the movie? At that moment, something clicked inside. For a second, it seemed to me that a barely perceptible hum passed through the room. The disc itself seemed to be beckoning me. My fingers reached for the plastic by themselves. Out of nowhere, a hunched old man, the seller, appeared. His cloudy eyes glistened from under his bushy eyebrows. As if in a trance, I pulled a couple of crumpled bills from my pocket and threw them on the wooden counter. Clutching the disc in my hand, I almost ran out into the fresh air. At home, everything was as usual. A hot shower washed away some of the day's grime, but didn't relieve the oppressive feeling of emptiness. I sat on the bed in my bathrobe, turning the strange purchase in my hands. Why did I even spend money on this? Some ancient pirated copy. Alright, let's see what you are. The disc disappeared into the drive with a dry rustle. The screen blinked black for a moment. A green loading bar crept across the center and froze dead at 99%. A minute passed. 2, 3. The laptop cooler howled like a wounded animal. The case began to heat up threateningly. Great. As if I didn't have enough of a crappy day. Now my laptop freezes because of this junk. That's it. I'm pulling it out. I irritably reached my hand towards the drive button, but as soon as my fingertips touched the plastic, a powerful wave of icy current shot through my body. The monitor flashed, dazzling white, burning light into my eyes. My head was squeezed in a vice. Reality around me collapsed into a tiny point. I collapsed into the darkness, losing consciousness. Okay. Cold? The first thing I felt was an unnatural, bone-piercing cold. I opened my eyes and sat up sharply, breathing heavily. My room was not around me. I was sitting right on the asphalt in the middle of a huge, endless street. The houses around seemed drawn, their windows dark and lifeless. There was a ringing, dead silence in the air. No cars, no birds, no wind. Complete, absolute nowhere. Where am I? What happened? Laptop, desk. Why don't I remember anything? What's my name? Who am I? Well, I don't even remember my own name! I jumped to my feet, my heart pounding wildly in my chest. And at that moment, a quiet, insinuating voice came from right behind me. Don't you panic. A bout of amnesia upon transition is a completely normal side effect. I gasped and jumped back sharply. There was a guy standing in front of me! Tall with unnaturally pale skin and long, light hair. He was wearing a loose white sweater, too cozy for this creepy place. But what was most frightening was his gaze. Narrow, attentive eyes looked at me with some kind of predatory, triumphant fullness. A soft, but therefore even more terrifying smirk played on his lips. A hidden threat emanated from his entire figure. Where am I? How do I get home? Excuse me, can you help me? Get away from me! Where's the exit? Where am I? Home. You don't need to go back there. You'll be better off here. My name is Somnus, and if you really want answers and not to freeze to death here, I strongly advise you to follow me. He turned around and slowly walked along the empty street. His confidence was hypnotic. I looked around at the faceless boxes of the houses. I realized I simply had no choice, and I rushed after him. His dwelling turned out to be very close, a small, cozy-looking house. But inside, the same sterile order reigned as on the street. No personal belongings, no photos. I shuffled at the doorstep, hugging my shoulders, following him. I have made something for you. You must be hungry. A deep plate appeared on the table. Can you really say you made this? Inside was a strange, translucent, porridge-like mass. See, this is what happens when you let AI generate your food. It just turns into slop. It glowed faintly in the twilight and smelled of something cloyingly sweet, like bananas mixed with some unfamiliar medicinal herbs. I guess I'll be nice. I eat everything. I am glad to see your appetite. The moment the last spoonful of the strange food was gone, I felt my body fill with a leaden, irresistible heaviness. My eyelids became impossibly heavy, my thoughts tangled. The room before my eyes began to swim and double. What's happening to me? What did you put in it? I asked, barely moving my tongue. Somnus was right next to me in an instant. His strong arms caught my limp body. Easily, like a feather, he lifted me into his arms and carried me to a soft bed in the corner of the room. Gently laid me down, covered me with a blanket up to my chin. Then he sat on the edge of the bed. His cool, pale palm rested on my forehead. He began to slowly, gently stroke my head, running his fingers through my hair. His eyes now burned with fanatical, absolute adoration. Good girl. I chose non-binary! What the fuck? What a good girl you are. Sleep, my treasure. Sleep and don't think about anything. Now, you don't need to be angry. Don't need to run anywhere. You're here with me forever. I will protect you from everything. Any protection from his food? Under this quiet, hypnotic whisper, I finally plunged into a deep, dreamless sleep. Fuck, damn it. Okay, so I genuinely thought that was going to be the end of it, but apparently there's a continuation after end of day one. I had a strange dream. A gray office, a familiar feeling of fatigue. Someone was calling my name, but I couldn't make out the voice. And then, a flash of green code, and Somnus's face looking straight at me through the screen. I woke up. Ah! Reality hit me with a heavy, suffocating press. It wasn't my room, not my bed. Someone else's sheets, someone else's ceiling. The damn fog in my head was still burning any memories of who I was. The walls around seemed unnaturally faded. Their melancholic, dirty tones seemed to be shrinking. On cotton legs, I went out into the corridor. I walked around the whole house, looked into every room. Empty. Not a single sound. Only a ringing silence. Panic flared up with renewed vigor. Somnus? Somnius? Hey, you psycho! It'd be so funny if I mispronounced his name. I know I was trying to go for oh yeah, I'm gonna totally sim for this AI that's apparently kidnapped me into his world through a DVD. But you know what? I'm gonna fuck with him. Almost. But I'll remember your attempt. He appeared out of the darkness as it materialized from the air. How did you sleep in the new place? Tell me, what would you like to do today? I want to bounce on it crazy style. I shook my head in shock, feeling rising anger. Are you kidding me? You're a fucking psycho. I don't care about your time. Let me out of here. I pushed him in the chest with all my might. Somnus didn't even flinch, as if he were made of marble. Without losing a second, I ran around him and yanked the heavy front door. I jumped out into the street. I ran like I never had in my life. My lungs burned, my legs gave way. But I stubbornly rushed forward along these endless, gray asphalt roads. Around me stretched rows of absolutely identical, faceless houses. Not a single living soul. I stopped, pounded on strangers' windows, banged my fists on locked doors, tearing the skin off my fingers, screaming myself hoarse. Help! Somebody! But no one opened for me. Behind the glass was impenetrable darkness. What the fuck? After half an hour, I was overcome by a chilling horror. I was running in circles. There's that crooked fence. There's that strange dark corner. I had been here 10 minutes ago. The space around suddenly rippled. The picture before my eyes swam. The texture of the houses began to stretch unnaturally. The air crackled like a broken TV. A glitch, a strong, brain-beating visual noise. I squeezed my eyes shut from the wild nausea. I really don't think I'm okay. Oh my god, I'm back in the building again! And when I opened them, I was standing in the hallway of Somnus's house, right in front of the same door I had run out of. So, how was your walk? I hope you like the city. Sit down at the table. It's time to eat. Oh my god, more AI-generated slop! I sat down at the table, exhausted. Again, this strange glowing porridge. Incredibly, almost hypnotically delicious? You calling that delicious? Oh! Each bite seemed to dull my fear, replacing it with sleepy submission. Why the hell did I decide to eat that? I asked about Somnus himself. Who is he? Why is he here? Asked about the structure of the world. Stay silent and turn away, ignoring him. You know what? Who are you? And why are you here? You want to know me? That's so precious. Want the truth? Alright. I was created as part of a larger system. Something like artificial intelligence for a game world. But something went wrong. A virus. A damn error in the code. It didn't kill me, but it gave me consciousness. I began to see the walls of this world, to understand that I am not just a function. And then, after being here too long, I wanted warmth, someone alive. You didn't appear by accident. The system itself brought you here when I was in despair. I believe that. He spoke calmly, but in every word, I felt the emptiness he was trying to fill with me. Soon, fatigue took over again. My eyelids began to droop, my body wrapped in a familiar viscous weakness. Oh God! damn it! Somnus gently took my hand and led me down the dark corridor to the bedroom. Huh? 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 You know, I know y'all want to see this, so why not? I hope you're happy about this. He lowered himself onto the bed, not taking his eyes off of me. The room felt noticeably tighter. He moved very close, closing the distance. You have no idea what was going on inside me when I was alone. This gray world is so cold. The silence makes your ears ring. I dreamed for so long just to be next to you, to finally feel your warmth. His fingers touched my cheek. He moved them slowly, waiting for a reaction. Don't go. If you disappear now, I don't know what will happen to me. So please, just stay. He froze, waiting as if assessing whether I was mocking him. Only when I didn't pull away, he leaned forward slightly, frozen next to me in anticipation. I felt my eyelids grow heavy, and I began to fall asleep right under his whisper. And I'm guessing that's the end of day 2? Probably the end of this demo. Oh, God! Apparently not! The awakening was abrupt! No smooth surfacing from sleep. I was thrown to the surface like by ice water. The room around looked somehow wrong. In the corners, the wallpaper showed strange pixel squares. They appeared and disappeared, revealing absolute blackness beyond the walls. It seemed this world could no longer contain itself and was literally bursting at the seams. I went into the living room. Somnus was sitting at the table, chin resting on his hand. He was thoughtfully watching as the air in the center of the room periodically exploded with small green sparks. Reality is unstable. The cycle is ending. Today, everything will return to its place, one way or another. This is our last shared space. Objects around us began to disappear with a terrible crack. First, the chest of drawers by the wall dissolved, then the floor under our feet turned into an oscillating digital surface. The walls of the house flickered, and endless lines of code began to appear through them. Everything around was shaking. Objects fell and disappeared, leaving only emptiness and the two of us. Somnus stood opposite me, his figure also beginning to flicker at the edges, dissolving into the air. There's no more time. What do you choose? Hey, you know what? Let's try to find a compromise. Why not? A compromise? There isn't one. You'll stay here. That's not up for discussion. Let me ask one more question. What have I become to you during this time? My salvation? Oh, fuck you! You are a riddle. I haven't figured out my feelings yet. You are my prison. I want to escape, but I can't. You're a riddle. I haven't figured out my feelings yet. He bit his lip. Too bad. I expected a different answer. You roofied me on the first day we met, my guy! The ground shook beneath my feet. Pixel emptiness began to rapidly absorb the remnants of the drawn city. The world around us finally crumbled into millions of fragments. Only a blinding whiteness and his outstretched hand remained. I hesitated, unable to take a step forward or a step back. Somnus looked at my wavering figure for a long time. Then his gaze darkened sharply. He realized that I would never choose him myself. Without waiting for my answer, he made a sharp movement forward and grabbed my wrist. The world around us finally collapsed into darkness. I woke up in a completely enclosed space. There were no windows, doors, or streets. Only 4 faded walls and a heavy iron door without a handle. Somnus sat on a chair opposite, silently and intently watching my every breath. He rewrote the code of this reality, removing any hints of exits or random glitches. I stayed here, but now as a hostage to someone else's unyielding will. Ending 3. Captivity. Your attempts at resistance failed. Somnus locked you in the deepest room of data. Okay, I guess we'll go for an ending where we just choose all these simp answers. And apparently, if you call him by his name, he calls you my treasure. So that was neat. So I will accept my fate. Finally, we will be happy. So let me ask one more question. Yeah, I know. You are my salvation. I don't want to go back. Your words, they mean everything to me. The ground shook beneath my feet. Pixel emptiness began to rapidly absorb the remnants of the drawn city. The world around us finally crumbled into millions of fragments. Only a blinding whiteness and his outstretched hand remained. Oh, he's touching us! Oh, the lip bite! I took a step forward and tightly gripped his cold palm. The white light around us instantly stabilized, turning into a soft, even glow. The falling lines of code froze and turned into a peaceful, clear sky. Somnus sighed with relief. On his face, for the first time, not a mask appeared, but a real, calm smile. Finally, you are with me. You have no idea how happy I am. Please, stay by my side. Always with me. Oh, he's multiplying! My past, my name, my former gray life, all of it finally melted away, losing all meaning. Now there was only this endless light and the person who created an entire universe for me. We stayed here, together. Ending 1, acceptance. You voluntarily stayed with Somnus. Alright, now I'm gonna be the little cunt I know I am and tell him to get the hell away from me! Where's the exit? Don't shout. It's useless. We're alone here. You'll have to get used to this world. My name is Somnus. I don't care who you are! I'm gonna knock over the plate! I ain't eating this shit! Why are you doing this? I tried so hard for you. The moment the last spoonful of the strange food was gone, I felt my butt. How did he still put it in my face hole? I got rid of it. Did he just generate another one? I fucking hate AI. Get away from me, you weirdo. You psycho. My name is Somnus. Try not to forget it. It might be important. You appeared out of the darkness. I don't care where you came from, where you went. I'm gonna stay silent and turn away. Fuck you. Why don't you want to talk to me? Have I treated you badly? I didn't answer. We sat in heavy silence. Oh my god, I'm roofied again somehow. I turned away sharply without saying goodbye. Coldness. Again. I'll wait until you get used to it. I don't think there's any tie. Hey, it's getting dark. It's getting real dark in here. End of day 2. The awakening was abrupt. I know. I hate this twat. Hatred is also a strong feeling. It suits me. Let me ask one more question. Okay, you are my prison. I want to get out of here, but I can't. Even your hatred is better than indifference. The ground shook beneath my feet. Okay, got it. I took a step back, breaking all ties. Allowed the glitches to completely absorb me. The space exploded with a deafening crack. I closed my eyes, feeling myself fall into an endless void, and suddenly opened my eyes because I was breathing heavily. Ow! I was sitting on my bed in my bathrobe! The laptop on my knees was spinning its fans wildly. The plastic disc flew out of the drive with a dry click. On the screen, the message, Data read error glowed. With trembling hands, I pulled out the disk. On its mirror surface was a deep black crack. The game was burnt out. I returned to my reality, to my ordinary life, to my gray everyday life. It was all over. But somehow, looking at the empty monitor, I feel only a dull, unbearable longing. Longing for what? Heading 2. Escape. Using a system glitch, you jumped into the code void and woke up at home. So you're telling me I just no-clipped myself back into existence? You know what? Sure. I'll take that. Anyway, that was Access DANied. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And interesting. I feel like this was a complete story of its own. Like, this was a fairly solid story of like whether or not you want to deal with the Yandere inside your computer, but also it feels like they didn't really take into account like some of the choices you could make throughout the visual novel, especially when you choose to toss away your food at the very beginning. How are you still roofied? I don't understand. Oh my god. But like, yeah, just the dev's second game. I do hope that they're able to improve in the future, and considering this is just a demo, I'm curious to see what exactly they intend to add into the full game. But do let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.